Hi, I'm Yeshua, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Lief Therapeutics. And today is the Global Mental Health Day. Thank you for being here today. It's it's a moment I'm going to share with you my mental health journey, trying to help break the stigma of mental health. It's been a long journey for myself. I'm a combat veteran, disabled veteran, and it has been near 20 years since I had been to war as well. I was a diplomat, and I served from 2003 to 2011 in Russia, Germany, Cyprus, Kuwait, and Iraq on various deployments. And I have been diagnosed with PTSD, with depression, anxiety, and various other challenges in regards to my mental health, which has deteriorated my physical health. I've had times where I have been severely depressed, and it's on the very edge of my life. Thank God I'm still here. And trauma has brought about bankruptcy, divorce, homelessness, lack of people close to me because I pushed them all away, and just this hate and disdain for life, for even loved ones that cared for me. Ultimately a disdain for myself, for who I was, and for the world as it is. And so, man, I've tried so many things, and all things natural is really what's helped. Everything from just being out here, outside, to be with the natural world, to be at peace. They've taken long treks in the Sierra Nevadas, walking across California, just in solitude and listening to what's inside, in meditation practice, and HRV, which is what heart rate variability, which is what Lief is a practice for. Spent thousands of hours, and it, along with many other things, have been really helpful in my life. I've chosen to stay away from things like antidepressants out of fear of what they've done for some other people I've seen in my life. So did not want to go there, to kind of repress those feelings. Wanted to work them out, and lots of therapy. Even touched plant medicine with supporters, and just eating all things organic. And I think ultimately opening up to people that loved me and saw things more potential in me than I did in myself is like a major thing that helped me to unlock at like different stages of healing. Still a long way to go. So today I am going to show you an HRV exercise here, and it's something at Lief that we call downtime. It's a practice to just be still in reflection and observing what's happening, and calm down your nervous system. And God, when we have mental health challenges, calming down our nervous system is really, I feel like, at the core. And so this practice here, it's a device I wear next to my heart, and throughout the day, and it intervenes at moments when I have dips of stress, moments of anxiety where I start not breathing, clenching the body, stories of the mind, and just things that are stored in the body come up and raise the heart rate and lower the HRV, the heart rate variability. And so the practice then is when we have these dips, these moments, what do we do? What do we do in this intervention? I'd like to call them conscious shocks, like a shock to wake up. I bring awareness in that moment, and then let's do that practice here. Let's guide through it. So I'm plugging my phone, and as you'll see here, right, there's this color red, and I'm just going to go through a breathing practice. As you can see here, I'm just calming down my nervous system. I'm seeing it show up on the screen. So this practice of intervening in our nervous system and regulating our life, self-regulating our life, I feel is a capacity that all of us can develop. It's something that I know I've developed in my own life, have not mastered it yet, but it has significantly helped. I don't feel that I go in the same state of deep trauma that used to pull me down. And I have a tool where when I start to go under, then I'm reminded and I come back. And so the duration and frequency of these moments are significantly less. So another practice I want to guide us into is this rain practice by Tara Brach. And she is going to guide us through this self-compassion, this acceptance exercise. So let's do that here for a moment. This is something that's a profound inner technology as well, an example of how we can pair these things together. So let's go into that practice right now, and I'll see you on the other side.
What follows is a guided rain meditation, and rain is an applied meditation bringing a weave of mindfulness and compassion to a place of emotional difficulty. I invite you to begin by taking some moments to settle, to become still, to let your attention turn inward and take a few full breaths. Scanning your life, sensing if there's a situation that's challenging right now, perhaps a conflict with somebody, challenge at work, financial difficulty, health difficulties, a behavior, an addictive behavior you're struggling with, something that brings up difficult emotions, perhaps anger or fear, shame, anxiety. And I invite you not to choose something that feels traumatic, because that won't serve in a short meditation. And when you pick out your situation, let yourself go right to it, imagining in your mind the scene, where you are, who you're with, words that might be spoken. Let yourself get in touch with the frame in this mental movie where you feel most triggered, most reactive. Once you're in touch with strong feelings, we begin the rain practice. RAIN is an acronym. The first letter stands for recognize, the second for allow, the third for investigate, and the fourth for nurture. So we begin with recognize, and you might sense that you can recognize what emotion is strongest inside you right now. What has been triggered? Is it fear? Is it sadness? Is it hurt? Is it anger? Is it frustration? As you recognize the emotion that's here, mentally whisper the word that most approximates it. You might whisper it 2 or 3 times. The A, allow, means to let whatever's here be here, not to judge it or to push it away, not to ignore it. Let it be. You might even say, this belongs, just like waves in the ocean. This is a wave of the current moment. So allow, acknowledges the reality that's here and lets it be. Investigate means that we get more intimate with what's actually happening. You might ask yourself, when this is going on, what am I believing? Am I believing I'm failing, that I'm unlovable, that I can't trust others? And with whatever you find, sense where you're feeling the experience in your body. When you're believing something's wrong, how does it feel in your body? Where do you feel it? The most important part of investigating is to feel the somatic experience. And I invite you to maybe put your hand on your heart as a way of accompanying what's here. Feeling your throat, your chest, your belly, and sensing where feelings are the strongest. Breathing into that area. Inviting whatever vulnerability is here to be here. If it helps, you might let your facial expression reflect what you're feeling and even your posture, so that you're really contacting intimately the difficult experience. And as you contact the vulnerability that's here, you might sense what's most needed. What does this part of you most need to feel healed, to feel comforted? Does it need to feel loved, forgiven, accepted, trusted, accompanied, protected? As you sense into what's needed, you might adjust your posture a little and sense that you can call on the most awake part of your heart to offer what's needed to the vulnerability within. This is the step of nurture. And you might even let the feeling of your hand on your heart become more tender, communicating that nurturing through your hand. You might sense what message you want to send to your inner life, as if your spiritual heart can send a message to your human heart that's healing. It might be, it's okay. It might be, trust your goodness. It might be, you're doing your best. Or perhaps, I'm here and I'm not leaving. Feel held in love. Forgive yourself. Just sense what words, what message will mostly bring some inner ease and freedom. And if it's difficult to offer to your own being some healing, you might imagine it coming from a larger source, from someone you trust and love, from a deity or spiritual figure, from the natural world, from your dog, from someone no longer alive. But let the message and the love bathe you. Just like with the real rain, the flowering comes afterwards. In the final phase called after the rain, just sense the quality of presence that's here. Perhaps you can sense a little more space, a little more tenderness, a little more perspective, more presence. And you can trust that this is more the truth of who you are than any narrative or story.
All right, welcome back. So, thank you. Thanks for being here. I invite you, as we close out this session, to ask yourself, what's your being state? What is your what's your HRV like? What's your nervous system like? And what are the things in your life that maybe that are breaking down your nervous system? What are the thought patterns? What are the activities? What are even, I've learned the things that we eat, the people in our life, times of day, where we are more prone to not being in our optimal place. And these triggers, as we learn them, help us to wake up and bring the attention that is necessary to calm ourselves down, to regulate our life. And we have the power, we have the capacity. And others need us. They need us as well. Like, how can we regulate ourselves to support one another? Imagine when we go into engagements around certain people, that we bring awareness to like who needs, who could use extra support, who's here, like in a way asking for help, a cry for help. And today is a cry for help. It's a cry for help from all those with mental illness. And I suppose that all of us have one. We have some mental illness, some greater than another, but we all are struggling with one form or another of something. Unless we've found that sense of complete healing and peace. So something I didn't mention earlier is find your purpose. I feel like I've found my purpose, and that is working on my own mental health and supporting others along their journey. So if there's if there's any way that I can be of assistance, or anyone else that was on these calls for today, or anyone else that's in your life that is there for you, please hear the call and answer and talk to those, be with those that are there and available, and find those tools that will work for you. There are so many out there, but it takes searching. So I invite you to search, to seek, to not give up, to find a hope, find that peace is the journey, that it's as we take the steps, as we keep giving ourselves the gift of looking, remembering that our answer is going to be along the way, on the path, on the trail. It's going to be a step at a time, and we need another. So be there for another. Get out there in the world. Observe today for what it is. And please continue to remember that this is an important topic, not talked about enough. So please share your stories as well with others. And we're all in this together. Much love to you all. Thank you for your time. Bye.